John Lennon and Paul McCartney were one of the most illustrious songwriting partnerships of all time. They were instrumental in developing the Beatles' signature sound. Musical genius frequently resulted from the fusion of their divergent personalities and creative approaches. In 1972, Wilfred Mellors characterized their partnership as a thrilling force, stating that Paul's poetic grace countered John's defiant nature, and that John's resiliency bolstered Paul's young charisma. In Allerton, at Paul's family home on Forthland Road, the Fab Four would frequently gather for songwriting sessions in their formative years. But as they became older and their musical styles developed, they started writing songs separately and then brought them to each other to be polished. The 1965 album Rubber Soul had the song Michelle, which exemplified this technique. John contributed to the development of the song's middle eight, even though Paul wrote the majority of the song. Paul found inspiration for Michelle in the culture of Paris. His buddy Yvonne Vaughn's wife, a French instructor, helped him out with the lyrics. She was the one who introduced him to John. Paul remembered approaching her for assistance and asked if she could think of any French terms that rhymed with Michelle. This was later recounted by Paul as his request for aid. Upon seeing the phrase's romantic potential, Paul sought out other French expressions and eventually included sont les mots qui vont très bien ensemble, meaning these are words that go together well. Additionally, she helped him with pronouncing the word. Later on, Paul sent her a check to show his appreciation for her help in writing the song. When it came time to polish Michelle, John was instrumental. Paul went in one day, hummed the introductory song, and asked for direction on where to take it next, he said. They were staying someplace else at the time. During that period, John was moved by Nina Simone's rendition of I Put a Spell on You. He made a point of saying that without his bluesy touch, Paul's songs wouldn't be as catchy as Michelle would have been. John had an innate preference for bluesy, gloomy tones, while Paul's music was full of optimism and brightness. Released the next month on Rubber Soul, Michelle was recorded on November 3, 1965. The composition enchanted critics. Steve Race, a music reviewer, was amazed by the song after hearing it and commented on how strange the chord pattern was. He made the observation that, according to conventional wisdom, the melody note above the second chord, which was an A-flat, was incompatible with the second chord, an A major.